Hey viewers, welcome to my second foray into Killteam, where I'm trying a stop motion Killteam, which I did one a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to continue our storyline here with our team of heroes from season 6, and they have now entered the castle of Voor, which is this is the entrance here to the castle, which they've come in through here. I've actually moved the castle walls back a little bit here. They're not going to actually be able to get around this corner, but I need it back a little bit for the camera, because I'm going to have my camera just sitting there and looking down in this sort of viewing just there. So the idea is our team of heroes basically have been, walking along here, coming into the castle, open up the castle. We had our dwarven hero, or our squat hero. He came in here and in need of a weapon. He managed to find a pair of axes sitting in this little area here. That's the plan. Everyone else basically started going down this large corridor, and little do they know that off the side there's all this refuse area. I haven't really put a lot of terrain refuse down because I probably don't have a lot to really use, but the idea is if you've seen the actual video from last week, there's a lot of refuse around the map, so you might get a look at the map from last week. Anyway, the guys just meander down here and they hear something going off in these side sections here, and over this side we have a Nurgle Terminator basically sitting here conducting some sort of conversation with a plague bearer there. Haven't quite worked out the details like I never do, but I'll work those out later. So they turn around and spy the intruders into their castle coming through this way, and then all these things come out of the refuse areas, mostly plague bearers and Age of Sigmar type characters. They're all just sitting here ready to participate in the Killteam battle. Now, part of my storyline was intended that there wasn't a lot of ranged fire to happen in these Killteam battles. There's a lot of melee. I don't really know how that's going to roll out at this stage, but we'll see how that goes. So we've got basically Age of Sigmar characters and basic chaos demons here of the Nurgle strain. So these guys are in the corridors here. Now the intention here, I haven't had to battle yet, but some of these doors will basically, sort of open like that, like secret doors. That's kind of the idea anyway, which will basically open up this middle section here to have people coming in and out. So no doubt the heroes will bunker down in the middle and try and fend off the Nurgle demons coming from both sides. So we have Nurgle on both sides, heroes in the middle. Will they vaporise the chaos demons, or will they run deeper into the castle of Voor? Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the end of turn 1, and we had the group of heroes take various positions across the middle corridor here, and the Nurgle infestations basically come out from the side. So what we had here is we had the dwarf come here and examine a secret door, try to open them, much like the Jakero did over here. Opened the door, fired around the corner at the advancing, we'll call it a snail creature at this stage. Over this side we had these plague bearers advance here. The Inquisitor took a position behind these ruined areas, fired at the Terminator. It took quite a bit of fire, that one. It also took some psychic attack from the Eldar there. The other plague bearer basically moved across the board. The Custodes took a position behind the shield next to the door there, and the Arbiters basically barricaded that section so that door can't open and the plague bearer can't advance through. The Tau Ethereal fired some psychic weaponry, psychic abilities at that Plague Bearer there. Moving over this side of the board, we had, look, I don't even know what this thing is, can't even remember. Anyway, fired and basically took out a large section of the wall, hoping that it can shamble its way through. It's an Age of Sigmar. I don't really play Age of Sigmar much, but that's a project for another day. Here we had the guardsman there, Ven Smogler, basically take a position trying to sneak through this door here, but the cunning Nurgle champion there basically opened this door ready to come round here and cleave him up. So we'll see what can happen there next turn. So no real casualties. We took a bit of damage with the Terminator over there, but no casualties turn 1. We'll see what happens. Turn 2 coming up shortly. Right, here we are. Turn 2. We've had some bloodshed. Let's have a look around the board. We've had, over here we had the Custodes champion was sitting up here. Charge into this Plague Bearer here. Then these Chaos units, the other Plague Bearer and the Terminator joined the fray. One Plague Bearer down and the Custodes shield captain sitting there fending them off, but he's taken on quite a lot, so we'll wait and see if he holds up. We had the Inquisitor, who was round on the other side of this secret door, come through and hide behind these boxes there, crossbow in hand, ready to target someone should they come out of melee. Over here we've had our squat character, our dwarf, in hand-to-hand combat with a Plague Bearer. They have both survived, so they'll duke it out. Over this side we had the Jacaro try and line up some ranged fire against this snail Plague Bearer, and look, it got assaulted, so they're in combat there at the moment. So that Jacaro is not really going to last too long. We had the Farseer in the middle there fire upon a Plague Bearer as it burst out of that doorway there. Took it out, but then it got spewed upon by that monstrosity there, and so they're taken out. Just so you know how these battles work, we're basically, you know, there'll be casualties on both sides, especially our hero side. You know, they're going to lose a few characters, but they will obviously regenerate or heal themselves in some part of the storyline as they progress. So even though they're down, knocked out, they're not gone for good, not yet anyway. Maybe later in the season as we work through the storyline, the narrative. Also over here we had Ven Smogler, the guardsman assassin type character, come here and try and stab this nasty looking Chaos Spawn in the back. That combat's still ongoing, so who knows how that's going to work out. So all in all, we've had 3 casualties so far. We're in turn 2. 2 on the Chaos side, 1 on the Heroes side. But we've got some pretty nasty looking units over this side, so no doubt this battle will continue. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next turn. Turn 3 coming up shortly. Okay, here we are in turn 3. And we've seen quite a few casualties. Let's move across the board here. We've had Snail Dude attack the Jacaro and take him out. We saw the big worm character burst through this opening here and fire upon the Inquisitor, who's sitting behind that rock just there, and really should have fired back and taken some wounds off that, but didn't manage to do it. Must have forgot, or anyway, I think I might have forgotten to do that part. Anyway, over here we've got the Ven Smogler, who has tried to assassinate that Nurgle guy and didn't succeed and ended up dying himself. Not dying, but just out of action for this turn. Over this side of the board we've got the Tau Ethereal join forces with the Arbites character and the dwarf, basically take out the plague bearer, so they triple teamed him there. Over this side we thought everything was fine with the Custodes, but got taken out in the end by the Terminator. He did manage to take out the plague bearer though, so not a complete failure, but getting there. So overall, I think the only mistake there I did was I didn't actually record last week the firing of this lady here, the Inquisitor, against that guy. So that did happen, but just not recorded properly. But anyway, that happens from time to time. So at this stage we've got Nurgle owning this side of the board, and it looks like probably our heroes team controlling this side of the board. But anyway, we've got turns 4, 5 and 6 coming up shortly. We'll see what will happen next. Here we are at the end of turn 4, and we've seen a couple more casualties go on. We had Patrick Mead, the dwarf, and the Arbiters charge from here, just across to the Terminator there. The Arbiters got taken out, but the dwarf is holding his own, about to take down the Terminator. We had the big dude in the middle here, this guy here, got taken out. He basically burst through this doorway here, followed up by a snail. Stood there ready to shoot, but before that happened we had the Inquisitor and the Tau combine fire and take it out. The guy over the back there, the Nurgle with the scythe, is just out in no man's land, but making his way to try and take somebody out. So we've got Snail, Nurgle dude, Terminator, 3 for the Nurgle side and 3 for our heroes. So it's pretty evenly balanced at this stage. We've got 2 turns to go. We'll see who can win it. Right, here we are at the end of turn 5, and we haven't got long to go now. There's only a few models left on the board. We had over here the dwarf slay the Terminator, and we also had a combat here between the Inquisitor and that dreaded Nurgle warrior with a scythe, and they just look, they didn't kill each other, they're still in combat. We also had some psychic attack by the Tau Ethereal, and didn't take out the snail approaching. So overall looks fairly close, but there's not too many models left on the table. We've got 1 turn to go. Who can win it? We'll just wait and see. Well, there you have it. That's the end of turn 6. Not much going on in this turn. We had the dwarf charge in and reinforce this combat here, take down the Chaos Champion, and we had the Slugman come in advance, try and take out the Tau, but didn't manage to do it. So a bit of a non-event there for Chaos. Chaos have only really got the 1 character left, and they end up losing. So now I'll do the storyline element, and basically have the Slugman withdraw back out through this gap in the wall and slink back into the dark depths of Mithravor. These guys here, our 3 remaining heroes, will basically set up some sort of camp just here and then heal the other casualties that we've got sitting up here. So all our casualties will be resurrected, and then we'll have some commentary, some talking amongst the group, and then they will continue and move off into the castle, and that will continue into our next episode. So thanks for watching the first video inside Mithravor. Hope you're enjoying the series, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers, bye.